So we're doing exercise 5C, and in this video I'll be answering question 11a, b, and c. Question 11 reads, consider the function f of x equals 3x squared plus 2. We're then asked to find things like the image and the pre-image. What on earth are these things? Well, let's read a bit from the textbook. If f is a function, then for each x in the domain of f, there is a unique element y in the range, such that xy is an element of f. The element y is called the image of x under f, or the value of x at f, and the element x is called a pre-image of y. So let's note the fact that we're told that the element y is an image, the element y is an image, and the element x is a pre-image. So over here I've broken this down. My image, which equals y, I could also say that is going to equal the function of x, is going to be my output. And my pre-image, which is going to be equal to x, is going to be my input. I really like the terminology of input and output because I think we instinctively know what that means. X is what I put in, f of x is what I get out. And notice that I could have just as easily said y as well, because y is also known as the image. And when you think about it, y is seen as our output many times. So now when I come to 11a, I'm asked to find the image of 0. So as you can see here, image is going to be my f of x, which is going to be my output. So what this is really asking me to do is, what will my output be when I put 0 in there? What will my output be when I put 0 as my input? So I'm going to now, every time I see x, put 0 squared plus 2. So then I'll get 3 times 0 squared is 0 plus 2. So my image of 0 is going to be 2. Notice here I've got f of x, but here I found f of 0. And that's my image, it's my output. Hopefully that makes sense. Next, I'm going to look at my pre-images of 5. So if I'm looking for my pre-images, I'm looking for my x, so I'm looking for what my input is going to be. So if I'm looking for what my input is going to be when my output is 5. So when my output is 5, what is my input going to be? What is x going to equal? So I'm going to do some rearranging now. I'm going to minus 2 from both sides. Then I'll divide both sides by 3. And then I'll square root both sides. So what I'm going to end up getting is plus or minus 1 equals x. So plus or minus 1 is my pre-image. It is my input that will give me an output of 5. Hopefully that makes sense. Next we have c, which is asking me to find my pre-image. And it's giving me f of x equals 11. So if I have 11 equals 3x squared plus 2, I will rearrange in order to solve for x. So I'm going to get plus or minus the square root of 3 equals x as my pre-image, my input, which will give me an output of 11. Hopefully this all made sense. We're thinking of pre-image, we think of input. When we think of image, we think of output. I'll see you in the next question.